Well, good afternoon. How's everyone feeling today? Wonderful, wonderful. It's great to see you all out on this lovely day. We're going to go ahead and get our Hornet induction ceremony started. First, I'd like to ask everyone to stand while we sing the Black National Anthem. you may be seated. Well, welcome again. Wasn't that a great video? It's always nice to be here and see your smiling faces on this wonderful Sunday afternoon. Again, I am Ebony Ramsey, Director of the Office of Student Leadership and Activities, along with myself, Ms. Camilla Lewis, Associate Director of Leadership. We would like to welcome you to the 2013 Hornet Induction Ceremony. We hope that you have learned a lot and gained some new and exciting experiences in your first week here at Delaware State University. Today marks the first day of many firsts in your life to come. Today may be the first time that you are no longer referred to as a high school student, but now as a college student. You may be the first person in your family to even attend and graduate from college. Or this may be your first time that you're away from home for an extended period of time. Although first times can be sometimes an uneasy situation to encounter, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. reminds us that the ultimate measure of an individual is not where we stand in moments of comfort and confidence, but where we stand in times of challenge and controversy. In light of the 50th anniversary of the I Have a Dream speech that was made on August 28, 1963, I want us to be reminded of the power of one. It was one voice, one thought, and one vision that gave strength and hope to a nation. As you embark on your first year here at Delaware State University, I challenge you. Think about how you can use this opportunity, not only to get a quality education, but to also make your mark as a Hornet. Today, we welcome you into our Hornet family. Do not let your first chance pass you by. At this time, I would like to invite and introduce our president, Dr. Harry Williams, and after that, we will hear words from our Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Alton Thompson. Please welcome them.
Let's give Ebony a nice round of applause for putting on this event. Ebony, she's been working really hard all week, and her team with Mr. Atkins and Dr. Downing. Where's Dr. Stacy Downing? Stacy? She just went out. She's doing something else. So let's give the team, the Student Affairs team, a nice round of applause for putting this event on. Did you have a good time last night at the comedy show? Did you have a good time last night at the comedy show? I heard it was a great event. Some of you took the time out of your schedule to go to D.C. How many went down to Washington, D.C. yesterday? That's a good number. Today is about making sure you transition the appropriate way into Delaware State University. And we have members of our team here that's dedicated to that process. But before I move forward, I'd like to introduce some of the players here that have played a major role in allowing for this event to take place. I mentioned the Vice President for Student Affairs, but also one of the players who had a lot to do with the behind-the-scenes activities you probably didn't even know about is the First Lady. See, she's shocked because I called her out. First Lady, please stand up, Dr. Robin Williams. I want y'all to see the First Lady. Dr. Williams is responsible for making sure that our students, when they transition here, she makes a promise to their parents that we're going to take care of you. She's in charge of the Parent Association here at the university, and it's a major important program here. So we are delighted that she's a part of this program here today. You will see her at the dinner that we're hosting over in the MLK. So please make sure you come up to her, and she'll come up to you and greet her. we have this event purposely has been planned around our core values. You've heard a lot about the core values this past week, and these are values that we believe in here at this institution. Starting with diversity. Diversity is very important, and you had an opportunity to experience some of the diversity here in our community. Then we moved on to integrity. Integrity is important because you're ready to start class on Tuesday. How many, show of hands, ready to start class on Tuesday? Should be all the hands in here should be up. But you're going to start class on Tuesday, and then the purpose of making sure you have a clear understanding of our core values centers around making sure you understand that we're committed to it. And integrity is very important. The core value of scholarship, meaning that you are here because you're an academic, and you're here to be a part of the academic community. So scholarship is very important. I'm very impressed with this class because I'm looking out here, and one of the key elements of success is that you have the ability to listen, you have the ability to follow instructions. You were told that this was a mandatory event, and you're here. You were told that you needed to be dressed in black and white, and you have black and white. That's important. That's important because in the classroom, your faculty members will dictate very clearly, and they will outline what you're supposed to do. And it's not that difficult. And when you hear it and you follow the instructions, you will move through, and you will graduate from Delaware State University in 4 years or less. So scholarship is very important. The core value of outreach, that you participated in getting out in the community and be engaged. Some of the students took the bus to Washington, D.C. This weekend has been a very special weekend in the United States because we've been commemorating one of the greatest speeches ever delivered about serving mankind and helping mankind, the I Have a Dream speech by Dr. Martin Luther King, 50 years later. And some of you have studied that speech, and you look into it. And we're going to have a celebration here on our campus on August the 28th when the speech took place in Washington. We have an event planned to celebrate that. We're going to have a reenactment of that speech. But you were part of that when you went out there and taken that step forward. And the core value of community. This is a community, and it's a privilege. It's not a right. It is a privilege to be in this community. It's a privilege to be able to have the opportunity to call yourself a college student. That's a big deal. I mean, that is a big deal to be referred to as a college student. People are looking at you, and they're not necessarily looking at you as from your high school. Now they're looking at you as a college student. And being a college student, moving across this country, that's a big deal. You're going to hear from some of our very successful alums that have moved through here, and they have seen it, and they've lived it. And they're here today to share some of those experiences with you in a very positive light. So again, this program is about making sure you transition into Delaware State the right way. Because we know when you graduate from Delaware State, you're going to be successful. And we just want to be a part of that. We want to be a part of that and be a part so that you will know that you're always connected to this family. So I'm proud of you. I'm proud of what you've achieved so far. I'm proud of the fact that when you started here, I believe it was Wednesday. Was it Wednesday when the students started on campus? When you saw the cheerleaders out there greeting you. Now, didn't that make you feel good? Didn't that make you feel good? The cheerleaders there welcoming you into this community and saying, we are excited about you being here. And then we followed that with our upper class students taking the time out of their schedule and coming back and being with you and helping you transition. So again, we're here to wrap our arms around you to make sure that you're successful here at Delaware State University. And I know that you're going to be successful. I know it because I see it in here this evening. So again, welcome, and I look forward to seeing you at dinner tonight. Thank you.
Good afternoon. One of the joys of being a provost is participating in programs such as this as we assemble to welcome each of our students, new students, into Delaware State University. This is a family. As the president said, this is a family. We're excited that you're here. In 1891, we welcomed and celebrated the entrance of 3 freshman students into this university. Today, 122 years later, we will welcome and celebrate over 1,000 students to this great university. Delaware State University has been advancing knowledge and transforming lives for over 122 years, and the development and recruitment of students will continue to be our priority for this university. Academic excellence and a stimulating intellectual environment populated by talented faculty and students are really the attributes of a first-rate university, and Delaware State is a first-rate university. Students, you're living during an exceptional time. This is a great time to be at Delaware State University. It's a great time to be among the learned persons in this country, and your success begins today. Attending one of the greatest universities in the state of Delaware, in the Delmarva region and the eastern part of the United States, we welcome you to this great university. Consider this freshman year as an opportunity to make an impact, an opportunity to make a new start, to start anew, to make your mark on the world as a Delaware State University Hornet. At Delaware State University, the president mentioned scholarship. It's okay to be scholarly. It's okay to be smart. Don't settle for mediocre grades. Be engaged, do your best. Make this your best experience. Believe me, trust me, these are the best days of your life. Can you imagine your parents paying you to go to school? Paying you to study, not work? So these are the best days of your life. These years will go by quickly. Treasure the conversation that you will have with your fellow students. Treasure the conversation you will have with our faculty member. Take full advantage of this intellectual climate on this campus, this culture. And also we expect you to add more to that intellectual climate on campus. It was mentioned in an earlier conversation that this is the most academically prepared class in the history of Delaware State University. So we know you're smart. You can give yourself a hand. That's good. As I mentioned to you earlier, as a member of the Delaware State University community, your heritage will consist of you being well-read, well-spoken, technically proficient, globally competent, and socially responsible. As the president said, in tandem with our 5 core values of diversity, integrity, scholarship, community, and outreach, you will be well equipped to be very competitive at the very highest levels across a broad spectrum of disciplines. As was mentioned by Ms. Ramsey as well the president, this week marks the 50th anniversary of the March on Washington. 4 small words, I have a dream, transformed this nation in a very significant manner. 4 small words, I have a dream, were inspirational, aspirational, and transformational. That speech really transformed this nation, and it really was democracy in action at the very highest level. The March on Washington represented one of the most historic events that have ever taken place in U.S. history, and also people came together from all over this nation in a nonviolent fashion to talk about jobs, to talk about freedom, to talk about equality, to talk about democracy. On that day, Martin Luther King said, all men are created equal and should live in a society of equal opportunity. Education is the foundation of that speech and that event. Education is the key for a better America. Education is the civil rights issue of this time. Education will give you a competitive edge as we improve the quality of life of our parents and also of your children as well. For 122 years, Delaware State University, as a land-grant university, has dedicated itself to improving the lives of people through teaching that meet the highest standards of excellence, to cutting-edge research, and to outreach that turns knowledge into solutions for our people. Delaware State University is part of that vision, is part of that heritage. In that spirit, we urge this freshman class to recommit yourselves to this university and to the vision of Dr. King, the ideals of equality, opportunity, and justice for all. As freshmen, you need to continue to work. You need to reclaim the dream. You need to commit yourself to the next generation of dreamers as we move forward to make this world a better place. This is the Delaware State University story, that unyielding presumption of promise, that presumption of focused excellence, that presumption of social justice, the presumption that every student that enrolled in Delaware State University will graduate and has something infinitely valuable to offer to this world. This is now your story. This is now your legacy. This is Delaware State University. Bless alma mater. Hail, bless thee and thine.
Thank you, Dr. Williams and Dr. Thompson, for those great words of encouragement. Now we will have Mrs. Lorraine Robinson, Director of the Office of Alumni Affairs, to bring inspiration from alumni. Ms. Robinson.
Good afternoon, Hornets. We are so happy every time we see the new class come in to join the DSU family. We as alumni are very proud to embrace you and to support you on your journey. Know that we are here for you, we're here to help you, and that you can stand on our shoulders as we stood on shoulders of those who came before us. You're here on a mission. You're here to learn all that you can learn so that you can begin your journey to becoming. This is where you become. This is your time. Do not let it pass without taking in every bit that you can of this rich heritage here at Delaware State University, and those of us who are here to make sure that you are part of the DSU story. We have alums here with us today to share with you some words of wisdom, we hope, words of encouragement, words of empowerment to help you along your journey. Hopefully these will stay with you. We're talking about leadership because you're all here to become leaders. Every one of you out there has the leadership gene, because I think we all do. Sometimes it lies dormant within us, and it just takes a spark to awaken it so that you can fulfill your destiny as a leader. I'm going to, with apologies to Mr. Shakespeare, I'm going to borrow from a quote from one of his plays. It says, "Be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them." I would say I'm going to change that word greatness for leadership. Be not afraid of becoming a leader. Some are born to be great leaders. Some achieve leadership through their experiences, and others have greatness thrust upon them. And I submit to you that you'll find yourself in situations where all of that will occur. And it's up to you to take the charge. But know that you have it within you to be everything that you are entitled and you are meant to be. So, without further delay, I'm going to invite alumni to come to the stage at this moment. We have with us today Mrs. Juanita Bynum, Mr. Jerome Foster, Dr. Reba Hollingsworth, Mrs. Kelly Jones, and Mr. Robert Tyler. They're going to inspire you, as you prepare for greatness and leadership, as all DSU Hornets are expected to do. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Hornets. Leadership and learning are indispensable to each other. President John F. Kennedy, 1917 to 1963. I am Juanita Bynum, class of 2004. I would say to you, apply your heart to instruction and your ears to the words of knowledge. For a word fitly spoken are like apples of gold in pitchers of silver, precious and pleasing. You are precious to us, and I'm sure that you will be pleasing to yourself and to your family. Again, leadership and learning are indispensable to each other. God bless you.
Good afternoon, young Hornets. Good afternoon. My name is Jerome Foster, and I got my bachelor's degree in social work in 1994, and also I'm a class of 1998, and I earned my master's degree in social work. I became a licensed clinical social worker in 2008, and currently I work for the Cape and Lopez School District as a school social worker. I'm going to begin with a quote. Peter F. Drucker was a management consultant. He was an educator and an author. He also wrote 39 books, including one novel. He has a quote that says, "The best way to predict the future is to create it." Someone may have already attempted to create your future by telling you that you'll never amount to anything, you're not smart enough, you're not quick enough. But the fact that you're here in college demonstrates that you're attempting and you're on your journey to create your own future. So you ought to be commended for that. So along your journey to creating your own future, don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. Have fun, but don't have too much fun. Don't forget why you're really here. And I'll end by saying the best way to predict the future is to create it. You guys have a great year.
Good afternoon, class of 2017. That sounds like a long way away, but actually 4 years go by really, really quickly. My name is Reba R. Hollingsworth. I graduated from Delaware State College High School in 1945. I graduated second in my class as salutatorian. And I graduated from Delaware State College in 1949 with a bachelor's degree in home economics with a minor in science. My class of 1949 had 42 students. The entire university, the entire college at that time had about 200 people on campus, including the students and the faculty. So we knew everybody by name, and if you got into trouble and got too many demerits, you were automatically sent home. And I say that now to tell you that you are called here to be leaders, as has already been mentioned. It is something that was thrust upon you when you graduated from high school and determined that you were going to come to Delaware State University. The quote that has been given to me to share with you today is, "Do not follow where the path may lead. Instead, where there is no path, and leave a trail. Lead where there is no path, and leave a trail." Most of us who are graduates of Delaware State University have done just that. I became a home economics teacher, went to South Carolina for the first time in my life, leaving home. But since then, I have been fortunate enough to travel the 50 states and several foreign countries, and I hope that you will do the same thing. Some of you I know went to Ghana and Africa this summer, and we were happy to have you there. And I'm encouraging you now to take advantage of all of the opportunities that come your way to travel to other countries and to meet other people and to become leaders, and recognize that wherever you go, you're going to take Delaware State University with you. So be sure that when you are a student here at Delaware State, and you're going to be probably very encouraged by your peers to cut class, the wrong thing to do. You might also be encouraged to do some things that your parents would not want you to do, and they've left you here in the care of Delaware State University. Don't do it. If you know it's wrong and you know your parents wouldn't approve, walk away from it. It's going to be very, very hard for you now, for some of you who are just leaving home for the very first time, and you will be tempted by those people who are going to try to lead you in the wrong way. A good leader will certainly be one who follows the rules And you must follow the rules of the university, follow the rules of the faculty, follow the rules of your class. And when you graduate from this university, take with you what you have learned to be followers in the community. And remember to join the Delaware State University Alumni Association and give back. Give back. Give back. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, class of 2017. My name is Kelly Jones. I'm a member of the class of 1998 and 2002. My major was chemistry, and I've been working in the world of color chemistry and an active alumni. Mahatma Gandhi was recorded as saying, "We must become the change we want to see in the world." It starts now. This is where you, the entering class of 2017, will begin your journey at Delaware State University. Whether you are a recent high school graduate or took the scenic route to get here, the significance of this moment is the same. Your life has changed. This lifetime will present you with many types of changes. Some will be physical, some will be spiritual, others will be temporary, and then there are those that will have life-lasting effects. I would like for you to consider the quote I shared earlier to serve as a challenge. We are living in an awe-inspiring time where technological advances continue, where scientific discoveries abound, and the world's norms are shifting. As student scholars at Delaware State University, you have a unique opportunity to be instructed and guided by some of the sharpest minds in the world in their respective fields and disciplines. But you also have the advantage of having a small class size. Your instructors will know your name and vice versa. Please don't hesitate to talk to them. I challenge each of you to strive with excellence and quenchless zeal your education. Do more than just slide by. Strive for excellence. As a student at Delaware State University, you are also an ambassador. You have the responsibility and privilege to be a reflection of the best of what makes the class of 2017 unique. Embrace those attributes which make you diverse. Discover the characteristics and traits which you collectively share. What can you do to make a positive change as an ambassador at DSU? I have a few thoughts. Work hard. The college experience is supposed to be full of fun and enjoyable experiences, but please remember why you're here. You're here to get an education. Next, always conduct yourselves in a manner that will bring pride and admiration to our beloved alma mater. Volunteer to make your university and the greater Dover area a better place. Lastly, when you do graduate from Delaware State University, join the Alumni Association and be an active member of the Hornet Nation. Help us to carry on the rich legacy that we have here. I leave you with the words again of Mahatma Gandhi. We must become the change we want to see in the world. Thank you and best of luck.
Good evening, class of 2017. My name is Robert Tyler. Just graduated this spring 2013 as a non-traditional student, majoring in mass communications and minoring in music. My quote is from Alice Foote McDougall, and it says, "Much of the success of life depends upon keeping one's mind open to opportunity and seizing it when it comes." This right here is pretty self-explanatory. Here at Delaware State University, you're going to come across many opportunities. Many doors are open for you. I tell you, and I pray to you, that you run through those doors. Don't let anything pass you by while you're here. You're just coming from high school. You want to be looked as an adult. You need to act like an adult. Yes, have fun. Schedule your fun, though. Don't come to class when you got a test on Thursday from partying Wednesday night. That's crazy. Plan for your success. Failure is not an option. Keep your mind set on your prize to be a graduate as you're heading into, now you're a professional student. In high school, you were a student where you had to go to school, catch a bus, drive, whatever you had to do. But now, make your plans to be a professional student that will lead you into your job future. What you do now, you will carry on the rest of your life. Don't let things pass you by. It's good to have a good time, but plan your thing. Schedule your classes, okay? Schedule your party time, whatever. Or remember one thing, don't come to school without your supplies, please. It's very embarrassing to be in classroom with your student and you don't have a pencil or a piece of paper. That's elementary stuff. Come on, guys, we're grown-ups now. Let's act like it. Have a good time in your matriculation to college. Congratulations, and see you 2017.
Thank you. Thank you. Those were wonderful words of encouragement from your alumni pouring into you their knowledge. So I hope everyone was listening to those great things that they gave. Now I have the pleasure of introducing your SGA president, Mr. Marcus L. Delancey.
Good afternoon, class of 2017. Today I have the privilege of reciting your student charge with you today. So I'm going to need you guys to repeat after me. Please stand, I apologize. Please stand and repeat after me. As members of the class of 2017, we are proud to take our place in a culturally diverse family of student leaders who are in pursuit of personal, academic, and professional excellence. We are committed to cultivating a positive and nurturing learning environment, building and preserving a positive legacy, encouraging creativity, and modeling excellence in everything we do. As members of the Delaware State University community, we solemnly commit to the core values of diversity, integrity, scholarship, community, and outreach. We will model the core values as we make our mark on the world. As DSU scholars, we will honor high-quality education by being present at every opportunity to learn and grow. We will demonstrate enthusiastic academic achievement through intellectually stimulating dialogue. We will be well-read, well-spoken, technically proficient, globally competent, and socially responsible. We have been stung by the DSU Hornet. We are the newest members of the Hornet Nation, destined for greatness. We are enlightened, empowered, proud, progressive, confident, poised, passionate, and driven to excel. We are the Delaware State University class of 2017. For all those who don't know, don't hate, matriculate. Feel this thing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marcus, for that new student charge. I would like to introduce the next guest to come speak with you all, and we're actually going to ask you to remain standing. So at this time, if you could stand again. All right. Quiet it down just a little bit for me. All right. And we're just going to ask you to remain standing, and we'll let you know when to sit down, all right? Thank you. All right, next we would have Mr. Kamal Atkins, Vice President of Student Affairs. Mr. Atkins.
Good afternoon, Hornets. The time has come that you've been waiting for. And that is to take your place among other members of the Hornet family, past and present. You've passed your first test, welcome days, a time which you experienced, you've learned about, and you've put the core values of Delaware State University into action. Today is a celebration. It's also about a commitment that you've made and a commitment that Delaware State University is making to you, to your success. Again, you've made that commitment by enrolling in Delaware State University. And you told the world that you're committed to your own success and the success of the community at large. That's a powerful commitment to make personally. And through this induction ceremony, you're going to actually make this commitment publicly. Additional power comes when you let other people know in a very personal way, in a very public way, that not only are you committed to your own success, you're committed to your success as well. So through this induction ceremony, you're not going to pin yourselves. We want you to choose someone next to you who's been here with you over these last 5 days, and you're going to pin that individual. So choose the person next to you. The pin is on your program. After you've completed the pinning, please have your eyes fixed on the front. Ready? On behalf of the entire Hornet family, Hornet Nation, we'd like to welcome you as the newest members, class of 2017, into the Hornet family.
Thank you. Please remain standing. At this time, we will have our candle lighting ceremony. In just a couple of moments, the lights are going to dim. If you have a candle in your hand, please turn your light off. If you have a candle in your hand, please go ahead and turn your light off. Off. All right. At this time, the lights will dim. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some instructions. Once I call your nest group number, I'm going to ask you to turn on your light. All right. We'll start with nest groups 1 through 20. Nest groups 21 through 30. Nest groups 31 through 40. And nest groups 41 through 50. And now I'd like to ask all faculty members, staff, other student leaders, Hornet ambassadors, and alum to please turn their lights on as well. As you can see, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You may have a seat. Everyone may have a seat. Thank you. Thank you. Please have a seat. As you can see, the lights progressively came on and it got brighter and brighter in this space. These lights represent your commitment to the university for the year and our commitment to you for your success. Welcome to Hornet Nation. We are excited to have you and we're thankful that you are here. At this time, I'd like to invite Mrs. Camilla Lewis to the stage to recite our DSU alma mater. Ms. Lewis.
As your lights are on, we'd like you to stand for the last time in this ceremony. As this time comes to a close, please leave your lights on. As this time comes to a close, please leave your hearts on. As this time comes to a close, please leave your commitment to leadership at Delaware State University on. As your lights are shining, please join me in celebrating our university's alma mater. You will learn this as you go and as you grow. Together, we say, Hail, alma mater. Thy children greet thee. Greet thee with loyalty, love, strength, and truth. Here in thine ancient halls, o'er thy plains so verdant, thou art our guide in the pathways of youth. From the broad world without, come thy sons and daughters, bearing our laurels to lay at thine shrine. Ere shall we heed thy call, ne'er shall we fail thee. Loved alma mater, God bless thee and thine. Welcome to Delaware State University. God bless you.
As we prepare to leave this space, we have a president's reception on the first floor of the MLK Student Center. Please turn your lights off. Hand them to the Hornet ambassadors as you exit. Oh, they wanted to, sorry. Hand them to the Hornet ambassadors as you exit, and we'll see you over in the MLK on the first floor. Thank you.
do it another time. Oh, no, I played it. Just didn't have nobody to sing it. Well, they're not ready for prime time. Hey, Mama, you do it all, boy. I'll tell you. You do it all. Good job, man. Good job. Good job. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Now you back.